Hey guys, my name is DevChooks. Today we're going to be continuing the tax key project, and what we're going to be doing today is that we're going to be setting up the backend. In this video, we're going to be setting up the backend. The backend is going to run on Node and just Node.js. All right, so let's go. Let's get us started. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go to my browser. I'm going to go to my GitHub. So wherever you're joining me on this project, you can simply just go to GitHub, all right? And you just put /chooks2z. I also put the exact repo you need to get right there. So, all right, chooks2z, sorry about that. All right, so right here, you see we have Node.js boilerplates. That's what you need right there. So just open that up. And if you scroll down right here, all right, all you have to do is to run this, all right, npx create blah 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 and all of that, and then you're good to go. So let's go. I'm just going to copy this and then let's go back. So right here, I'm going to open my terminal. You can do this with whatever you use to run your terminal on your system. For instance, on your Windows, you can use git bash or whatever it is. So let's go right now. Let me just increase this. Then I'm going to cd into the folder I want it to be in. So cd desktop coding tutorials. This is where I want it. So I'm just going to run that command. Let me stretch this out a bit so you can see it. So npx creates project name. I'm just going to clean the project name. I'm going to write tasky server. All right, press enter. And that's quickly going to run. It's just going to take a moment and get everything ready. All right, sweet. Everything is ready. So all I'm going to do now is that I'm going to open a fresh copy of VS Code. I can max this out. Then I'm going to come to File, Folder, and I'll go right to that folder where that stuff is, and that's exactly where I'm going to be getting it from. So we have taxkey server, and I'm click on open. Up ready. So next thing we want to do is from the instructions, they said it's already you have to use yarn install, all right, to get the node modules. All right, it's already there. So let's just run this and see. So just going to do yarn. Actually, you don't have to do yarn install, you can just write yarn. So, but I'm just going to follow what the instructions there. Yarn install. All right. And then I'm going to run yarn dev. The reason I'm running yarn dev is because in the package.json, if you look at the scripts, we have dev, which is to run all of this. All right. So that crashed. And that's because 3000 is already in use. So remember, we are running the front end. So all we need to do now is we're going to make some changes. So open the .env, change this 3000 to 45 or any other 4 digits that is not 3000, 6000, and I think 9000. There are some that are out of bounds, especially for like Mac and Linux. All right, so we have these changes to 4500. These boilerplates, I think we'll come back to this so that we can understand what we're doing on a later day. And so you can just stop the server and run it again. And this should run fine. Now, yeah, listening on port 4500, and that should run fine. So the next thing we want to do is to be sure that it's working. All right, so I'm just going to come right here. I'm going to come right localhost, change this to 4500. All right, and let's run this and see if, all right, it's giving us the whole of this, which means that it's kind of found already, right? So let's see something we can run. So if you go here and you check the source, should be checking for app.js, and you see like where it's called and all of that. So if you look at this, we have v1, all right, /v1, and these are where the routes are. So let's open this. And if you see this, we have users, we have docs, and all of this. So yeah, this is what we're going to be doing. So let's just do that, /v1 /docs. And doop, that means it's running. So we have our documentation right here from the boilerplate. We're going to change most of this to suit into the project we're working on. But for now, it's good to have this way. So if you can get up to this point, you know that your project backend is running perfectly. Now, since we have some time, let's just quickly set up the MongoDB. All right, let's quickly set up the MongoDB. So what we're just going to do for the MongoDB is I'm going to come to the env, and I'll change this. Just all you have to do is to change it to the name you want. So this time I'm going to change it to Tasky Dev. All right, so that we can have like a dev database and, you know, remote database. So let's just, all you have to do, copy this as it is. As you've changed the name, just copy it as it is. Save it. Then open, in my case, I'm using MongoDB Compass, which is like the local version you can have on your system, but you can also use it to connect to remote databases. But let's just have this here. So you can see that we have like the prefix already here. So we can just paste ours here, Tasky Dev. All right. And we're going to say save and connect, or we can just say save. All right. And then we're going to call this Tasky Dev. Can just call it say dev. And I'm going to probably just give it a nice color. Ask me later. Let's give it this color, or let's say green. This darker green, whatever color you want. Basically, that's what I'm saying. And you can see that we have it right here. It has never been accessed. And I'm going to say save and connect. Oh, it's already saved, so just connect. And then you can see is right here, empty. All right, but it's still right here. So all we have to do is that whenever we start working and we make any commands to save anything in our database or get or whatever, then we'll see it right here. We'll see it like right here. If we reload this, it should still show up whenever we start using it. All right, we can see it's open right here. So feel free, set this up and make sure that everything is working as expected. Make sure you don't have any errors, and that should be fine. So now we have changed the database. Can just reload this, and we should be fine. All right, we should be fine. Connected to Mongo, so we should be fine now. So if you reload this, you see that we now have Tasky Dev right here. So that's all about this video. We have been able to set up our backend, and believe me, we are going to be making a lot of changes because this is just a general template for the Node.js backend. We're still going to make it to fit into what exactly we want to use it for, which is in this case, Tasky. That's all for this video. See you next week. Bye for now. My name is DevChooks.